Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from glorious Goodwood Racecourse here on Thursday. It is the 30th of July 2020. We're going to look at almost all the races on the program, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and also join me the rest of the week for some more Goodwood previews, and join me Saturday for my Whitney preview from Saratoga. But let's look at the racing today from Goodwood. We'll be looking at almost all the races except the 7th race to 120. It's a very tough race, and we're just going to skip over it. So we'll head over to the first race now, the 110, which is the Mirabeau and Provence handicaps. Class 3 handicap going for a purse $20,000. Race for 3-year-olds only. Horses rate 76 to 95. 9 horses are contesting 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course. I'm going to go with the 7-horse Spanish Angel as a top selection. We'll go 754 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 754 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 7-horse Spanish Angel. 3-year-old gelding here. Ocean Murphy gets some out for Andrew Balding. Most recently, they ran the horse 15th of July at Yarmouth. 6 furlongs in a Class 3 handicap. And the horse finished 4th by 2 1/4 lengths and should have really went up that day, but he didn't. Kind of digressed. Really didn't show up. Never quickened up. It wasn't the day to win. Coming here, if the horse could show the race like he did back in June locally, I think he could win here. Even if he shows that those Windsor races, he definitely could win. 2 back at Windsor on the 29th of June. 5 furlongs in a Class 2 handicap. Finished 3rd by 2 3/4 lengths there. He just needed that extra turn of foot late, but stepping up in Class there, I thought it was a decent effort. And then before that, in Class 4 at Windsor, 5 furlongs June 24th, stepping down in class from the previous race. He won by head. He was all out. Got the job done. Very, very good run. Something I like today is the booking of Ocean Murphy on this horse. When he connects with this one, the horse always runs his better races. He won at Windsor. He won at Brighton with him last September in a main auction, winning by 2 3/4 lengths. Could have won around another 5 times, still that won that easily. And then in his seasonal debut here at Goodwood, going 5/8 in June, he finished 3rd by length, and he was just needed that extra turn of foot late, but he got around the race course well. 7-1, drawn well. Let's give a shot with him. So to recap my selection for the 110, the first race from Goodwood, let's take the 7-horse Spanish Angel as a top selection. We'll go 754 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. The second race, the 145, it's the Unibet You're On handicap. It's Class 2 handicap going for a purse $40,000. Race for 3-year-olds only. 13 horses, a baker's dozen, are going 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the turf course. I'm going to go with the 2-horse Magical Morning as a top selection. We'll go 2-6-10 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 2-6-10 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 2-horse Magical Morning. 3-year-old gelding here by Mahar. Frankie Dettori is on this one for John Gosden for Lady Bamford. The horse's most recent outing came 9th of July at Newmarket, yielding ground 1 mile in illicit stakes, and the horse finished 5th by 8 1/4 lengths. The winner, Al Sahel, just ran a terrific race and kept going. This horse just really didn't show up, never quickened up. It wasn't the day to win. Coming back to a handicap today, mile and a quarter trip, drawn very well. I think he's sitting on a very good run. 2 back, he ran the 26th of June at Doncaster, 1 mile in a Class 5 novice, and the horse won by 3/4 length, carrying a high weight of 135 pounds. Didn't really, knock this horse. Frankie went up north to ride the horse, so they wanted to win, and he did. He quickened up easily. That was a very good race. And then before that, 10th of June at Yarmouth, 1 mile in a Class 5 novice, breaking the maiden by 4 that day, was drawn a little bit towards the stand sides, but that didn't really matter because he just quickened up the easiest that day, and he was much the best. His debut at Kempton, he needed the race for experience. He never really ran competitively. With every single race, he's been getting better and better. He's drawn very well to the mile and a quarter for the first time. Shouldn't be a problem. At 5-1, let's take him. Hopefully my best bet of the day. So to recap my selection for the second, the 145 from Goodwood, let's take the 2-horse Magical Morning. We'll go 2-6-10 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. We'll single the 2 as my best bet of the day. Let's get to the third, the 215, which is the Group 2 Richmond Stakes. It's a Group 2 event for Class 1 horses, going for a purse $66,500. Race for 2-year-olds only. 7 horses are going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the turf course. My top selection, we're going to go with the 7-horse Yazaman. I'm going to go 741 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 741 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection, 7-horse Yazaman. 2-year-old colt by Kodiak. Tom Marquand gets them out for William Haggis. Most recently, they ran the horse the 9th of July at Newmarket, 6 furlongs in the Group 2 July Stakes, and he finished second by 1/4 lengths, and he was staying the trip well. I thought he ran just as good as the winner Tactical. This horse actually lost in 2 starts in a row. He stayed the trip well. He got up the final furlong, which is stupid tough at Newmarket well. He ran just as good as the winner. Coming here, hopefully a little drier ground, maybe yield not as soft as was last time out. I think he's really going to sit on a good run. 2 back at Ascot. during the Royal Meeting, 17th of June, 5 furlongs and listed stakes, and he finished second by 2 1/4 lengths, and he outran his 29-1 odds. Tactical ran that better race. This horse, he was closing up well. He was staying the trip well. It wasn't as good as the next race, but he still ran decently. And then a Yarmouth in his debut on 11th of June, 5 furlongs in a Class 5 main. He won by a length there, 91 cents to $1 favorite. He got the job done. Nothing flashy about that run. With every single race, I thought he's been getting better and better. 2-1. I know he's the favorite, but he should really run well, so let's take him. So to recap my selection for the 215, the third race from Goodwood, it's the Group 2 Richmond Stakes. Let's take the 7-horse Yazaman. We'll go 7-4-1 in the TriCash trifecta. The fourth race now, the 245, it is the Group 3 Gordon Stakes. It's a Group 3 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $100,000. Race for 3-year-olds only. 6 horses are going 2,400 meters or a mile and a half on the turf course. I'm going to go with the 4-horse Khalifa Sat as a top selection. We'll go 4-2-5 in the TriCash trifecta. 4-2-5 TriCash trifecta. Top selection of 4-horse Khalifa Sat. 3-year-old colt by Free Eagle. Tom Marquand gets the mount for Andrew Balding. Most recently, they ran the horse in the Derby at Epsom, mile and a half, July the 4th, and this horse really gained ground that day, finishing second by 5.5 lengths. From his stupid wide poster, he sat back early, closing up well late. He was the only horse that really got to Semper time that day. I thought it was a very good race. Hopefully not so spaced out today. Saying a little bit closer, I think he really ran a good race. 2 back here at Goodwood, a mile 3/8 in the Derby trial. He won by a neck there, and he's drawn very well. And at 8-1, he got the job done, and it was a very good run. And then before that, he ran here at Goodwood, a mile and a quarter in Class 2 main race last September. He won by 1.5 lengths, drawn stupid wide that day, and was a little bit wide throughout. But he had the first jump and got the job done. His Derby race wasn't half bad. He likes Goodwood. Definitely get the mile and a half. He's drawn very well here today. 9-2. If I had to give out a second best bet, it would probably be him. It would be first. We'll go with the best bet in the 145, and then we'll use Khalifa Sat here. But so if you want to play double, do it with him. But to recap my selection for the fourth, the 245 from Goodwood, it's the Group 3 Gordon Stakes. Let's take the 4-horse Khalifa Sat as the top selection. We'll go 4-2-5 in the TriCash trifecta. Let's get to race number 5, the 315, which is the Group 1 Nassau Stakes. It's a Group 1 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse of $332,500. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Fillies mares only. 7 horses are going 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to go with the number 5-horse Queen Power. We'll go 5-1-6 in the TriCash trifecta. 5-1-6 TriCash trifecta. Top selection of 5-horse Queen Power. This 4-year-old filly by Chamardal. Sylvester de Sousa gets the mount for Sir Michael Stout. Most recently, they ran the horse in the Group 2 Duke of Cambridge to Royal Ascot. 1 mile on yielding ground on the 16th of June. He finished third by 2 1/4 lengths. And at 3-1, never quick enough. Just stayed the trip. He was doing the bare minimum. Going to a mile and a quarter again today. You know, I expect this horse to really run well. They've been playing around with this horse, it seems, lately. Before then, the Dahlia Stakes in Newmarket, a mile and a quarter, 6th of June. She finished second by 1 1/4 lengths. Banterabellum was a very good horse for Gosden. But this horse, you know, she, again, doing the bare minimum. She just couldn't get the good run late. And then before then, the Winter Hill against the boys at Windsor last August over the mile and a quarter. She finished fourth by 5 1/4 lengths. And as the favorite, again, never quickened up, never weakened out of it. You know, she just needs to quicken up there. And then the Ribblesdale race, she has an excuse last June at Royal Ascot. She's not a mile and a half horse. Also, is drawn very wide. She never really got the trip there, but she's won twice. One of those races were at Newbury last May of 2019, a mile and a quarter in the listed stakes, where she got the job done, winning by a neck, being a good group of horses home. That was a very good run. But since then, she's facing a little bit tougher competition. She's facing tough competition today, but it's not as tough as the Duke Cambridge or the Dahlia. And I think she could get a good trip here today. At 10-1, let's use her. Your second likeliest winner here is the 1-horse Deirdre. She won this race last year very impressively at 20-1. You're going to get nowhere near that 20-1 odds this year. But coming into this race again, you know, she was facing some very tough horses in her last few. Gaiath in the Eclipse, before that in Saudi Arabia, some very tough horses where she nearly won against. And then she ran an okay race in the Hong Kong Vase. At 4-1, definitely use her on your play spot. She can win, but I think Queen Power might step up to the plate today. So to recount my selection for the fifth, the 315 from Goodwood, it is the Group 1 Nassau Stakes. Let's take the 5-horse Queen Power as a top selection. We also used the 1-horse Deirdre. We'll go 5-1-6 in the TriCash trifecta. The 6th race, the 345, it is the Gus Bourne Nursery Handicaps, Class 2 handicap, going for a purse $26,500. Race for 2-year-olds only. A dozen horses are going 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs on the turf course. I'm going to go with the 6-horse Code Book as the top selection. We'll go 627 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 627 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 6-horse Code Book. 2-year-old colt by New Approach. William Buick gets to mount for Mark Johnston. Most recently, they ran the horse on 29th of June at Yarmouth. 7 furlongs on firm ground in Class 5 novice race, and he finished second by 7 lengths. The winner, Royal Air Force, just took off clear, winning very easily. This horse was definitely second best that day, but he still needs to go up a notch, I think, to win today. But he definitely improved off his debut, which came at Doncaster 2 weeks prior on soft ground, 7 furlongs in Class 5 novice, where he finished third by 6 3/4 lengths, and he couldn't quicken up to his great potential. But again, I've seen a lot worse races. He improved to the next race. He should see more improvement today. He can sit closer. He's drawn very wide, which I think for the 7 furlong trip is good at times, sometimes not. But I think in this race today, it should be good. At 10-1, we'll use him. Second likeliest winner is 2-horse Running Back for Ocean Murphy. He's run twice in June, and both those races he's getting better and better. He's going to be facing more horses than he did last time at Kempton, but I think at 5-1 he also has a logical chance, so definitely use him on the plays pod. But to recount my selection for the 6 to 345 from Goodwood, it's the Gusborne Handicap, or Gusborne Nursery Handicap. Let's take the 6-horse Code Book as a top selection. Also give kudos to the 2-horse Running Back. We'll go 627 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. Now the 7th race to 420. We're not going to look at this race. It's a very tough 2-year-old race. A lot of them making their first time starters here, and I just don't feel confident giving out a tip in this race. So we'll head over to the Nightcap, the 8th race. The 455 from Goodwood, which is the Tatler Nursery Handicap. It's a Class 2 handicap going for a purse $22,000. Race for 2-year-olds only. We have 9 horses going 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course. My top selection, we're going to go with the 7-horse Sal Soul. We'll go 736 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 736 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 7-horse Sal Soul. This 2-year-old flew by Kodiak. Joe Fanning's on this one for Mark Johnston. Most recently, they ran the horse up north at Ripon on the 24th of July. So just a few days ago, last Friday now. So on a quick turnaround, that came Ripon 5 furlongs in Class 5 main race. Finished second by 2 1/4 lengths there, and he ran well that day. Another horse, he was doing the bare minimums like the horse I have in the Nassau. He just couldn't quicken up late, but I thought it was a decent effort. 2 back at Hamilton, 5 furlongs in a Class 5 novice a week prior. He finished second by 1 1/4 lengths, and he stayed the trip well. He just ran as good as the winner. Just didn't have the jump late, but it was an all-around good race going down the straight. And then before that, his debut at Hamilton, a race he needed. 6 furlongs Class 5 main race, finished 4th by 5.5 lengths, and he needed the race for experience. Really looking around, a lot of true old antics there. He's been getting better with every single race. He's drawn very well, has a good weight, and I think he has the speed to win here. If he runs that race last time out where they were flying for the 5 furlongs at Ripon, I think he can win. 6-1 will use him. Second likeliest winner is the 3-horse Different Face. Most recently at Linkfield, the horse won very nicely, but before that at Yarmouth, I thought that he should have ran a little bit better behind Yazaman, but at 9-2, we'll also use him on the ticket because, like I said, he's a very likely winner. But to recap my selection for the 8th now, the 455 from Goodwood, let's take the 7-horse Sal Soul's top selection. Also give kudos to the 3-horse Different Face. We'll go 736 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 and join me Saturday for my Whitney preview. Good luck.